Hey YouTube, Shukin here with another Stockpile Sunday, where I take a look at an old figure I had not had the chance to review. This week we have Kamen Rider Eternal Red Flare from the Kamen Rider Eternal movie from the Kamen Rider W Returns series. So this S.H.Figuarts was released through Toei Hero Net in December of 2011. Remold of the original Eternal done in the Red Flare style as seen in the movie. So this was Eternal before he became blue and full of Gaia memories. So that's always fun. However, it kind of takes away from all of the fun that Eternal was in the first place. So whereas Joker is a suit that's all beautiful matte finish red with well-placed accents, Eternal is a pure white rider with well-placed accents. However, I think the white kind of hurts it. It's a beautiful white. It's a nice pearl effect used in the original Eternal and couple other releases as of late. So it looks absolutely gorgeous. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pearl white, and that looks great. However, it kind of looks very bland. Black is a color that works as a huge base. White generally does work, but it looks so plain. I think that might just be my personal taste towards the color black instead of white, even though none of them are colors, but that's a different argument altogether. And so I don't particularly enjoy it all that much. The Lost Drivers down here are not painted much at all, but we're used to that. The red used on here is gorgeous, metallic, absolutely fantastic. However, I don't think that's enough to make the figure worth it. Whereas the original Eternal was very, very, very white, with the nice metallic blues. It also had those Gaia Memory holsters going all around the body and stuff. So it looked cool and looked complete. This one just looks very bland. I can't really fault it because the suit's bland, so it's not really the figure's fault, but I don't know, something's just very off about it. Plus the fact that the double mold is so old at this point, it's very, very kind of stale. It's been released a lot, and the engineering that we have now is far better than anything we had back when double was airing, so the figure kind of loses aspects there too. In terms of articulation, you have all the basic points of articulation. However, his shoulder is very loose. It's not like set him down and it'll go loose. It's very easy to knock around, whereas a lot of my other double figures have a lot tighter of a shoulder joint. That's the only huge flaw with the figure, other than being old, and the ab crunch kind of being very horrible. But outside of that, still very cool. The yellow used in his head sculpt is great. I do like Eternal's head. I think that's probably one of his better features, at least for this one. Now you can do some customizing if you really want to. These are separate, so if you unplug the foot you can take this off. So you can actually make an Eternal Red Flare that has the Gaia Memory slots on there, because all you have to do is take off the arm at this joint right here, pop it onto normal Eternal, and then pop the little anklets on there. And you've got a red flare that has the Gaia memories in him, so I think that's kind of a neat option. It's not canon, but it'll look very cool. So that's where we stand with this guy. It's kind of a mixed bag of things. Accessory-wise, he comes with his Eternal Pointy Hands of Justice. Weapon holding hands for the Eternal Edge, even though he doesn't come with it. And splayed open pose hands that I'm going to probably end up replicating the pose on the box, because that's all we got going for him, really. And he comes with this cape. Eternal loves capes. Problem being, Eternal Red Flare didn't have a cape. So this is a part that they included with Eternal Red Flare for the original Eternal. So, yeah, that's a thing. Now you can put it on Eternal Red Flare if you want to, and he gets a flowy cape of justice and stuff. But he never had a cape, so it wouldn't really be canon. The cape is kind of neat. I can see if I can plug it in. Oh, I forgot. This one's all complicated. So this one requires you to take the joint off at the neck. Plug it in. Oh my god, so much complication. So you have to take the entire neck off, plug the ball joint through this slot right here, take this, plug it back in. I hope that's plugged in. I really do. And then pop the head back on. I hope everything's together. I don't think it is. But there you have Red Flare with the cape. Which actually looks kind of neat. I like the cape. It makes him back heavy, so you will need a Tamashi stage or some clever posing to lean most of his weight forward. But it is kind of a nifty cape. It does look small compared to his normal cape that drapes around him. So it looks like he lost some fabric somewhere, but still a pretty cool action cape nonetheless. So I give him props for that. I like riders with capes. Riders need more capes. Even though they make them back heavy. Yep. So as it stands, Red Flare is a release that has some ups. I like the color choice with the red. It looks great. It's a nice opportunity at the Eternal mold again. However, a lot of the things that made Eternal awesome are absent in this one because it's a proto-Eternal, basically. So I think if you're going to get one or the other, I would suggest getting the normal Eternal release, because you get better capes, a better mold, and just an all-around cooler Eternal. But I have to give credit where credit's due in terms of the choice of red. I think is absolutely gorgeous. But that's really the only upside that this figure has. So if you're going to get an Eternal, just get the original release. This one should be pretty cheap on the aftermarket. Toei Hero Net releases usually kind of are awful, and people don't normally want them that much. I think Shocker Rider was like the only Toei Hero Net release that people really, really wanted. But the original Eternal probably shouldn't be too much more either. However, they are kind of hard to find because of their age. Both released in 2011, so that was a little while ago. So your mileage may vary in price, but I wouldn't spend too much on this guy. It's just there isn't much there for the price that you would have paid at release, and the pros just don't outweigh the cons for this guy. So you can check out shukenshinobi.com for the latest updates on my reviews and hauls. And of course, check out Riders, Rangers, and Rumbles, the podcast bringing the latest token news in the craziest way possible. And of course, you can check out S.H.Figuarts and other Kamen Rider merchandise at cstoysjapan.com. So take care and have a great one. Bye.